It hasn't even been 3 months since Apple released the iPhone 15 lineup. We've already seen leaks and rumors about the upcoming iPhone 16 series. Today, there's another one from Ming-Chi Kuo. The claim is that all models of the iPhone 16 will come with enhanced microphones compared to current iPhone models. Apparently, these improved microphones will enhance the user experience with AI-powered features that will be introduced to Siri alongside iOS 18. As per a post on Medium, Apple plans to incorporate upgraded microphones in all versions of the iPhone 16. These microphones will boast water resistance and signal-to-noise ratio. AAC and Gore-Tex, the two companies for manufacturing microphones for models, are reportedly also involved in producing these advanced microphones for the iPhone 16. According to Kuo, the average sales price of these microphones for the iPhone 16 will be between 100% to 150% higher than those used in the iPhone 15. This latest news regarding microphones being used in iPhone models further supports previous leaks and rumors suggesting that Apple intends to integrate AI-powered features into Siri with iOS 18. Moreover, it implies that the future AI-driven functionalities in Siri will greatly depend on the performance of the microphone. Nevertheless, it indicates that Apple could potentially exclude AI-powered features from iPhone models due to potential limitations in their microphone capabilities. Meanwhile, according to a report from McRumors, it seems that Apple is planning to include the action button in all iPhone 16 models, including the base variants like the iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Plus. This is news for buyers of these models. What's more exciting is that the action button on these models will be a touch capacitive button rather than a mechanical one. This means that of pressing it, you'll just need to touch it. It's likely that the capacitive action button will provide feedback when touched to confirm your input. Apple has codenamed this development project Altis. According to documentation mentioned by McRumors, this button includes a force sensor that can detect how much pressure you apply to it. This suggests that the button might have functions depending on how lightly you press it. It's also been reported that this capacitive action button will offer takt switching functionality, although there isn't any information about what exactly this feature entails. According to reports, Apple is not modifying the functionality of the button, also exploring various sizes for the action button, including one that is as big as the volume control buttons. Last but not least, McRumors says that Apple is also planning to offer the action button on the next iteration of the iPhone SE. The fourth generation of iPhone SE is expected to hit the market in 2025. Once the action button comes to the next iPhone SE, Apple might not use the mute switch on any future iPhone model. Now for those of you excited for the Apple iPhone 16 series, we're now going to run through the full specs design and the pricing for each model in the range to help you guys decide which one is right for you. For my regular viewers, you guys have seen this, so just skip to the next video. But if you're new here, then hit subscribe now, and we'll get right into it. So first up, we have the standard iPhone 16. With the standard iPhone 16, we get a 6.3-inch OLED display, but unfortunately, this is still going to be an LTPS display. The iPhone 16 is going to have a taller aspect ratio than last year, and it's going to be protected by Ceramic Shield too. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely coming with 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's also powered up by a 3,450 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it's going to come with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now it will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $850 in September 2024. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 16 Plus. With the iPhone 16 Plus, we get a 6.9 in OLED display, and again, unfortunately, this is another LTPS display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield too. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 12 megapixels primary camera and a 12 megapixels ultra-wide. It's powered by the A18 chipset, and it's likely going to come with a choice of 6 gigs of RAM and up to 512 gigs of storage. It's powered by a 4420 mAh battery with 30 watts fast charging, and it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. Now, of course, it ships with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $950 in September 2024. Next up, we got the iPhone 16 Pro. Now the iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3 in 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and the Pro is protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the new Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie camera and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we get a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide camera. Then we've got a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the 18 Pro chipset, and it comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage. And it's also powered by a 3,450 mAh battery, and fast charging is still unknown at the moment, but we do expect some improvements. And of course, it comes with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7. It will of course ship with iOS 18, and it's expected to launch from around $1,100 in September 2024. Now finally, we saved the best to last, the iPhone 16 Pro Max. With the iPhone 16 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. Again, like the other phones, it's got a taller aspect ratio than its predecessor, and it's protected by Ceramic Shield 3. We get the Dynamic Island, which covers up the 12 megapixels selfie cameras and Face ID sensors. Then on the rear, we've got a 48 megapixels primary camera, a 48 megapixels ultra-wide, and a 12 megapixels tetraprism camera with 5 times optical zoom. It's powered up by the 18 Pro chipset. It comes with 8 gigs of RAM and up to 1 terabyte of storage, and it's powered up by a 4,500 mAh battery. As with the 16 Pro, we don't know the fast charging at the moment, but we do expect to see some improvements. Now it comes up with the advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, and Wi-Fi 7, and it will of course ship with iOS 18, and this one's expected to launch around $1,300 in September 24. So overall, the iPhone 16 series is looking like a great addition to the iPhone lineup. More things remain similar. There are still plenty of upgrades with the new hardware to power it better and brighter displays. Along with the new battery thermal technology, this should really enhance the experience and work well with the new A features. Now, of course, because of all the similarities to its predecessor, it's probably not going to make anyone with an iPhone 15 rush for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older iPhone or looking to get their first iPhone, that it's going to be a great choice. Now, of course, as we approach the launch, more and more information is going to continue to come in, and I'll be sharing it as soon as it does, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future. So, let us know your thoughts on upcoming iPhone 16 lineup in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.